Okay, so I need to figure out what's going to be u, what's going to be dv. A lot of times, if you have some polynomial type expression in the problem, that's probably going to be u. Now, you hear my words? Probably. I can think of an example where that's not the case. But that's a good guess for you right there. So let's do that. I'm gonna put this, I like to put it on the side, but then I run into that little problem I have where, anyway, I'm gonna put it on the side. So u is x squared minus 3x. Du will be 2x minus 3 dx. So I took the derivative, I put the dx, and then dv is sine x dx, because whatever you've picked for u, in our case it's all of this, everything else is dv. So if dv is sine x dx, v is the integral of sine x dx, and v is going to be what? Negative cosine x. So this problem becomes, now let me also say I would recommend that you write this formula down every time you use this formula. So we're doing the integral of u dv. The formula is u times v minus the integral of v du. You should be saying that in your sleep. You should study it enough. Have you ever studied something so much you dreamed about it?
Yes.
Yes, me too. You should be dreaming about this formula. Okay? All right. So, anyway, here it is. I learned, when I was learning math, this is just something I did. I don't know why, but it's paid off big. Every problem I used the formula, I wrote it down. So, number 3, I wrote this formula down. Number 5, I wrote the formula down. Number 7, I wrote the formula down. I didn't have to look up the formulas in the book. I learned them that way. That was a way for me to memorize them. And it's probably quicker than flipping through the book to look it up each time. So here's my formula. And this problem, the integral of x squared 3x times sine x dx, then becomes, okay, u times v, x squared minus 3x, and v is negative cosine x, minus the integral of v negative cosine x du, which is 2x minus 3 dx. I'm going to have to scoot this over on the page and clean it up a little bit. So I'm going to put negative cosine x in the front. I'll even put that in parentheses, times x squared minus 3x. Now, well, it's too late. That's the way it is. I was wishing I'd have kept x squared minus 3x in the front. But then it's going to be a double negative here. The integral of 2x minus 3 times cosine x dx. How do I do this integral?
Integration by parts again.
Integration by parts again. Okay, now go back to what I said previous. You know what? I'm not supposed to use the same letter twice in the same problem. So what I usually do here is at this point, I'm going to call this one u number 1, u number 1, du number 1, dv number 1, v number 1, v number 1. So I got to do integration by parts again. I by p again. And this time, u will be, well, you know what? If I kept u up here as the polynomial, keep it as the polynomial here. U will be 2x minus 3. And what's du? Oh, that's u number 2, right? Du number 2, sub 2, what's that going to be? 2. And that's just dx, 2 dx. And then dv number 2 is cosine x dx. So what is v number 2? The integral of cosine x, which is sine x. So let's take this down a little bit to fill in the details. Now, I made this little comment, I didn't like how I switched. You know why I didn't like it? This is just one of my little pet peeves. I want to make sure a person doesn't read this as this x sets the angle times all of this. So I'm going to go ahead this time and flip the polynomial. X squared minus 3x back to the front. Either way is correct, but in fact, I might go ahead and put the negative in the front of that. Cosine x. So there's that little first part. And then plus, now this is all, I'm getting ready for integration by parts again. I'm going to use brackets to kind of separate that next step. I want to make sure I don't forget to distribute a negative sign or something like that. So now I'm doing u number 2 times v number 2, u times v, minus the integral of v, so this is v number 2, sine x, du number 2, 2 dx. There we go. All right, so got this part. Now this guy, I'm going to take the 2 out. Negative x squared minus 3x times cosine x plus 2x minus 3 times sine x. So minus, let's pull that 2 out of there, 2 times the integral of sine x dx. And so what's the integral of sine x dx? Let's see, I'm writing this while you're thinking about what the integral is. Or maybe you're writing too. Okay. Now, what's the integral of sine x? Negative cosine x. Now I'm going to put the plus c. Here's the answer. If you wanted to clean it up a little bit, you could write plus 2 cosine x. Okay, you don't really have to, but we could. Okay, I need to let you know, I'm going to write it as plus because then I got to tell you one of the things students lose points for on a test. Plus 2 cosine x. Okay. You see this minus cosine x, this negative cosine x? I have it in parentheses. And that indicates it's what? Multiplication. A lot of times, for some reason, students do not write the parentheses. If you write minus 2 minus cosine x, what is it? Subtraction. It's subtraction then. So make sure if it's a negative sign and it's multiplication that you put those parentheses. Now, I will take off points on your test if you don't put those parentheses.